Sometimes a person doesn't just build a company. They build an idea. They create a perspective. Steve Jobs was one of those people. According to Steve Jobs, life is not a script written by others, and time is much shorter than we think. That's why he said, "Your time is limited. Don't waste it living someone else's life." This sentence is the essence of his entire philosophy of life. The first thing Jobs believed in was this: there is no success without passion. You can't do a job you don't love every day. And even if you do, you can't do it well. According to him, truly successful people don't work for money. They work for what they believe in. Steve Jobs dropped out of college. Yes, you heard that right. He dropped out. But this was not giving up. On the contrary, it was drawing his own path. He quit the classes that didn't interest him, but he kept attending the ones he was curious about. The typography classes he learned back then later became the soul of Apple products. Jobs explains this by saying, "You can't connect the dots looking forward. You can only connect them looking backward." In other words, a decision that seems meaningless today may become the turning point of your life tomorrow. And then, the biggest turning point happened. Steve Jobs was fired from the company he founded, Apple. For many people, this would have been the end. But for Jobs, it was a beginning. He said that period was the most creative time of his life. He founded new companies. He bought Pixar and turned it into one of the biggest animation studios in the world. And years later, Apple called him back. What came next? iPhone, iPad, iPod. Products that changed the world. Jobs' message was very clear. Failure is not the enemy. The real enemy is giving up. Steve Jobs had another obsession: simplicity. But the simplicity he understood was not simplicity itself. Simplicity is harder than complexity. True simplicity is the ability to eliminate excess. Life is the same way. Unnecessary people, unnecessary fears, unnecessary expectations, they all become a burden. Jobs was a perfectionist, sometimes a difficult leader, but he had no tolerance for mediocrity. Good was never enough for him, because he believed humans are capable of doing the best. And perhaps his most striking philosophy was this: death. Steve Jobs said he remembered death every day. Why? Because death sets you free. Fears lose their meaning. Excuses disappear. Remembering that you are going to die is the best way I know to avoid the trap of thinking you have something to lose. Because in the end, there is nothing left to lose. Apple had a legendary slogan: think different. In other words, think differently. According to Jobs, the people who change the world are not the ones who follow the rules, but the ones who question them. Steve Jobs was not a perfect person, but he left behind one thing: do what you love. Choose your own path. Don't be afraid of failure, and don't waste time, because life doesn't give a second take.